Austin and his dad continued their man-to-man gist. No doubt they were both enjoying the moment. For a while, they got carried away with the CNN news, but later his father reopened the conversation. You see, everything you told me about your relationship is quite interesting. Now tell me, how did you eventually catch this big fish? Was she difficult to get? I would like to hear your love story. Austin sighed. Well, every good woman is a big fish to any man, if only she knows her worth. That's wisdom. If only she knows her worth. Austin's dad repeated the phrase. Do you remember I told you Renie and I once served in the same unit in church? Austin asked. Yes, I do. And you were the leader of the unit, his dad replied. Very correct, Dad, Austin replied. Renie served in the exco too, although not among the central exco. She was a unit subhead. The first thing that drew my attention to her was the way she contributes to discussions whenever we are having executive meetings. Dad, Renie was a very critical person. She would scrutinize every issue and situation of discuss one after the other, telling you why this will not work, why that is not a perfect idea, or that if you do it this way, you can never achieve the desired result. She was just too analytical for my liking. Oh, really? His dad chuckled. Yes, Dad, Austin replied. And you know me, I am very choleric. Thank God for my sanguine blend that balances my weaknesses. But still, I'm so result-oriented, and whatever I need to do to get my results, I go for it. Then, I don't have much patience for her analogies, so oftentimes we end up with face-offs and arguments right there at every meeting. And you know, she will be so adamant that she would insist on her 101 ways why your decisions or conclusions might not work. So, most times as the leader, I just take a decision, sell the idea to the rest of the team, and we move on from there, whether it suits her analysis or not. Interesting. But does that approach work well for you? Well, sometimes it does, few times it doesn't, but you know me well, Dad. I'm never afraid of failing forward. That's great. I give you that compliment for your strength. At the same time, you must learn to handle your relationship with your team members in such a way that it will always end in a win-win situation, his dad concluded. I know, Dad, but Renie was such a special case. I always try to be friends with her even after our meetings, but she usually takes the face-offs personal and preferred to distance herself from me. Until after a while that I observed that she became unusually quiet during exco meetings. She would only make contributions when it has to do with her office, and after that she would just listen and comply with every decision taken. What happened? His dad asked. I was clueless, Dad, Austin replied. Renie just became unusually quiet. Initially, I thought maybe she got engaged to one of the brothers within the exco and she just wanted to make a good impression. But when I inquired, I was told she wasn't engaged to anyone among us. Dad, I became a little curious. She became an adventure for me to unravel. The more I tried to get closer, the more she kept away. You mean this same Renie? Yes, so my one and only, Austin laughed. I tried finding out who her friends were, but I was surprised when everyone I asked told me she is quite friendly with everybody. They never really noticed anyone in particular as intimate, and this got me more curious. Who exactly is this lady? So that was how your adventure began, Austin's dad chipped in. Yes, Dad. I was not even in love with her then. I just wanted to clear the air between us to be sure she wasn't hurting due to our unnecessary conflicts. But Renie tactically dodged all my advances, Austin replied. Until one Saturday morning, I woke up with a burden in my heart for her. Since I wasn't close to her, I just prayed and let it go. By 12 noon, I felt this burden a little more, so I decided to call, but her line was not reachable. I called one of the sisters in the exco to help me reach her to know how she was doing. She called back that she couldn't reach her too. I became a little worried, so I asked if we can visit her together. She said we can, just that she was at the salon at the moment, that I should wait till she finishes. By 2 p.m., I called her, she was still at the salon. By 4 p.m. again, I called, she apologized that she will soon finish. Women palaver, Austin's dad added. Nah, real women palaver, Austin replied. By that time, I had lost my peace. I was entirely restless, so I collected Renie's address and drove out to look for her. When I got to her apartment, I knocked but got no response, so I concluded no one was around. I turned around to leave, but still felt this burden so strong in my heart. I went back to knock the door, but there was no response, yet I couldn't leave. So I sat at her entrance thinking of what to do for like 45 minutes. All of a sudden, I got up again and went back to knock the door. And to my surprise, I heard, "Come in, the door is not locked." So she was in all along. Yes, and I was so shocked with what I saw when I entered her apartment. Oh, what happened? I met Renie on the sofa with tears on her face and bruises all over her body. I couldn't believe what I saw. "Renie, what happened to you?" Austin screamed. Renie couldn't talk. Austin knelt beside her and asked again, "Renie, please talk to me. What happened?" "I fell from a motorbike on my way back from the market this morning," she managed to respond. "Oh my God," Austin exclaimed, "and I had this burden in my heart for you this morning. I wish I tarried a little longer in prayer. I'm so sorry." Renie looked so weak and helpless. "Has anyone taken you to the hospital?" Austin asked. "No, I'll be fine," she replied. Austin was not too surprised by her response. That's Renie in real time, always thinking and behaving independently. "But Renie, you need to be checked. You can't just tell me you are okay with all these bruises." I said I'm fine. I'm okay. Austin got up and started pacing the room. "I just have to do what I have to do," he muttered to himself. "Renie, if you don't get up from that sofa, I will carry you. And you know I meant my word," Austin spoke sternly. "Okay," she replied as she dragged herself up. At the hospital, a proper check was conducted and we were told she had no internal injury, only the bruises on her body. Austin watched as her wounds were being cleaned and treated by the nurse. He couldn't help but move closer to hold her when he saw tears flow down her eyes due to the pains. What a sight. He knew Renie to be strong and bold. This seemed like the childlike version of her. "Renie, it's okay. Please don't cry," Austin consoled her. It was a bit late when Austin dropped Renie at home. They had branched at the restaurant to get something to eat. The following day was Sunday, so he informed other members of the group to visit and care for her. Trust brethren, they did the needful. Austin visited same evening too. "How are you doing, Renie?" he asked. "Much better. Thanks for yesterday. I'm so grateful," she replied. "All thanks to God. I got you a new phone to replace the one you lost yesterday. It may not be up to your standard, but I hope you can manage it." "Which one is up to standard? Was my phone as expensive as yours?" "You know ladies like expensive phones. I'm just trying to respect myself." "Okay, but this is good enough for my standard. Thank you so much. God bless you." "Thank God, Austin replied. "I'll check back by weekend. Let me rush down to prepare for work tomorrow." All through that week, Austin's mind was on Renie. He couldn't understand what has happened to him. He just discovered a kind of likeness in his heart for her. He called her up a couple of times though to find out how she's doing, but still he could not remove her from his mind. He decided to check on her again the following Saturday. "Hey Renie, how are you?" Austin greeted when she opened the door. The big babe is back on her feet." "Good evening, Austin. Good to see you," she replied. "How has your week been?" "Well, we thank God. And yours?" he asked. "Fine. Thanks for all the cares and calls. I never knew you were this nice," she said. "Oh, is that supposed to be a compliment?" "Well, for your information, I am always nice, especially to people who fell from motorbikes like you." "You are not serious," Renie replied with a smile. "This your $1 million smile," Austin teased. Bro Austin, seems you are on my case today." "Well, the truth is, I saw you cried last week and I was deeply touched, so it's nice putting those beautiful smiles back on your face." "So nice of you. Thank you so much," Renie replied. "Your estate is kind of cool in the evenings. Can we stroll?" Austin asked. "If you wouldn't mind." "No problem. Let me quickly brush my hair." Austin and Renie strolled along her street gently, talking, gisting, laughing. Gosh, Renie has such a listening ear and with a good sense of humor too. Later, they got to a cool spot and branched to take some roasted meat with cold drinks and also to continue their gist. Austin was so keen about demystifying the mystery lady. Renie, permit me to ask, I noticed you have changed a lot. And I mean so much. You are no longer the Renie I used to know, Austin said, locking his gaze with hers. She looked down and smiled. In what ways, Austin? You suddenly got quiet and withdrawn at the meetings, Austin added. You got me worried, you know. I'm still my humble self. Nothing changed, Renie replied with a shrug. Renie, we can talk. At least we are friends now, he pleaded. Well, maybe I should just say I discovered myself, Renie explained. You know, sometimes I get bothered with the arguments that occur between us at the meetings. I usually take time out to think and ask myself why it happens all the time, until I got this job with an advertising company. There, I discovered my immediate boss acts and behaves the same way as you do. The only difference between the two of you was that he absorbed my excesses and showed me love anyway. He made the best out of my strengths and achieved his best results through them. I attempted reaching out to you in love too, Renie, but you never gave me a chance. In fact, you shielded yourself from everyone, Austin said calmly. I don't know about that one, oh. All I know is that I have a tender heart and I protected it with a wall because I don't want to get hurt. Have you ever been hurt before? Austin asked, looking straight into her eyes. I don't know, she replied. Story for another day, right? Okay, just continue with this one. Okay, Renie continued. One day, I visited a friend and I saw a book on her table by Tim Nahai titled Why You Do the Things You Do. I got curious and borrowed it to read. It was so liberating. I enjoyed every part of it. I discovered my unique personality to be melancholy, saw my strengths and my weaknesses, and I was dazed. Now, I can understand why I get to be critical, moody, and analytical sometimes. I love everything to be perfect. And there in the book, I saw the reason why I could stay alone in a house for 3 years without missing anybody. I was just too engrossed in my own world. I know life shouldn't be like that, so with a decision to change, I cried to the Holy Spirit for help. And He did help me. I began to see the better side of my weaknesses and how my strengths can compensate for them. It's been a long journey, but I'm pulling through. About the same time, another friend of mine gave me a gift for my birthday, a book from the same author, The Spirit-Controlled Temperament, and I was excited to see the emergence of a new me. So that was how I became a good girl, Renie concluded with a smile. Wow! I think I need to apologize to you, Renie. I have actually misjudged you to be someone too critical, rude, and rigid. I'm so sorry. I never knew you were pleasant like this. Well, I need to apologize to you too, she replied. I always see you as someone very bossy, proud, and too full of himself. I'm sorry. That makes the two of us then, so we can be friends now, right? Yes, friends without benefit. Women, Austin added. Anyway, now that we are friends, hope your bro will not mind if I decide to take you out for dinner. Or do I need to write a letter? Anyhow you want it, just let me know when and time, Renie replied with a smile. And so, Dad, that was how our friendship began, Austin gave a sigh. Each day that passed drew us closer. We were both convinced that this relationship is God's will for us, and here we are today, he concluded with a smile.